Based on my downloads, the App Store has recommended these games for me to play. What I'm going to do with you today is take a look at these games and let you know if I think they're worth playing, and I will be throwing them on a tier list for you, so you'll know if it's worth your time. As you can see, we have a nice, colorful, and brutal looking action RPG right here. This game touts itself on its combat system and the determination to being immortal. The key to winning these boss style fights that you're going to encounter are your flexible dodge attacks and your timing with all of your attacks. They pride themselves on having a battle system that's similar to what people will see from playing a PC game, but this time being at our fingertips for the convenience factor. And with hundreds of different maps to play on, you're gonna be able to have many different experiences as you make your way through this game. This one definitely looks solid and fun. Not a AAA title by any means, but enough for me to give this one a B on today's tier list. Apparently, Apple wants me to play Sword Chronicles Awaken. Inside of this one, you have the ability to recruit and basically unlock over 100 different heroes coming from 4 different factions. They're going to utilize magic and different types of attack abilities that are going to take you through the stages of this game. You're going to have different bonds that you're going to make between heroes that are going to give you buffs and allow you to do different combos within the game as well. So it's important that we use different hero combinations as we progress through the game. Additionally, this game has both PvE and PvP, so you're going to be able to fight your way to being one of the best and take part in the leaderboards. And there's going to be over 1,000 different enemies that you can compete against and fight against in the PvE campaign. You'll be able to participate in all of the events that this game has to offer with your guild as well, so having the ability to play with a team is definitely there for us, which definitely pushes this one up a level in being a solid game. Turn-based strategy, of course, we're giving this one a B on the tier list. Miners Settlement is the next game that we're featuring here that, again, Apple thinks I would enjoy playing. What we're looking at here is an idle RPG clicker style game that has a very nostalgic look and feel as you progress through the game. It features a bunch of different things that are kind of unique to this game. One of those being tiny miners that are going to really be ready to explore the world. I mean, when's the last time you played yourself a mining game? There are going to be story-driven quests that are going to take you throughout the game, dozens of materials that you can gather and sell for money inside of the game as well. It's going to have an auto-click robot so you can better experience the game and get a bunch more rewards along the way. And really, it's an easy to play game with fun town building mechanics, and it's something that you can play both on and offline if you're looking to just kill some time or have it playing while you're at work. This one would typically get a C on a tier list for me, but because it's a mining game and there's not much out there in the space, we're gonna bump it up and give this one a B tier. Otherworld Legends is the next game that's being recommended here today. This is a pixelated style action RPG game that I'm trying to find something that it does differently than many other games that are on the market. What they're talking about here about what makes this game different is the beautiful world and the different characters that you encounter along the world, which I would go ahead and say any game can say that. All games are going to have their own character development and enemies that are different that you encounter. When we touch on the beauty of the game, to me, it looks like your typical pixelated style combat game. And the combat doesn't look much different either. With all this being said, it does look like it's a good fun time killer, but it's not groundbreaking. And because of these reasons, I have to go and give this one a C on the tier list. Bot World Adventure is a game that's going to offer you an open world for you to explore, to find resources so that you can upgrade and strengthen your bots, which you will then take into a battle environment where you're going to go against many different other style bots, and you could use the skills and abilities that use enhanced from farming the open world to take down your opponents and your foes and really just have some fun PvP combat. Essentially what we're looking at here is an addicting style game that's going to allow you or make you want to just collect all of the different heroes and all of the enhancements to upgrade your heroes so you can climb the leaderboards. In addition to that, you're going to be able to have a guild. This is a really great game to play with friends because it does have that social element. This one's a little bit different. It's cute, I like it, we're giving it a B on the T list. Frost and Flame King of Avalon is a strategy style game that's being featured here next. As you can see, it has a very distinct art style, a bit simplistic, but this is a game that's been around since 2019, and it features something that's fairly unique, which is being one server based. All people that play this game are playing on the same server, and we can go as far as saying competing on the same server together. Each castle has its own different style dragon, which is definitely fun, and you're gonna be able to construct and defend and attack together other people's castles and of course your own. The game does feature that simplistic and easy to click element that some people really want in a mobile game, but it does lack some of the depth that others may want at the same time. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a C on the tier list. Creatures of the Deep. This is a unique multiplayer adventure fishing game that blends exploration, relaxation, and competition. So far, it's already sparked my interest, and it's something that really makes me want to have a casual experience, but also something really unique, different, and fun at the same time. There are going to be tons of exotic fishing locations for you to visit with over 100 fish, creatures, and other items, even sometimes monsters for you to find. You're going to meet some crazy anglers, and you're going to be able to challenge other players as well, so it's not completely a casual game. There's going to be a local mystery that's required that we solve, which adds a puzzle element to the game as well. And of course, it really does thrive on being a relaxation style game with the music and the sound that you get that's offered with this title. You're going to be able to build up your camp, join clans, and develop your skills and ability together to progress further through the game in a casual and lightly competitive fashion. I really like this one. We got to give this an A tier. The Library of Babel is not only available on mobile, but also on consoles as well. Inside of this game, you're going to be a seeker that's investigating a murder case in a land of Babylon, where you're suddenly going to be meeting some very weird creatures along the way, mixed with some robotics as well. The game's going to offer some vast open world jungles, abandoned temples, and a bunch of weird inhabitants that are going to kind of make your stay in the land a little bit let's say uncomfortable. The game prides itself on having some beautiful 2D hand-drawn environments with deadly obstacles that make it even more difficult to get through the game than just interacting with the enemies inside of the game. The obstacles are an enemy in themselves. We're looking at a science fiction story here, guys, that's going to take you back to the times of the 90s and allow you to experience a gameplay style that many remember from back in those days. This one's quite unique. I love the artwork style, and because of these reasons, I'm gonna give it an A on today's tier list. One of the games that we've talked about so far today, I'm gonna be playing live on the channel this week. So if you wanna be part of my live experiences, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that when I hit the live button, you get notified and we can hang out together. Legends of Slime Idle RPG War. All right, we've played a lot of idle RPGs. We were just doing some live RPG style games a couple of weeks ago on the channel, and they're a lot of fun. This one offers a really unique, simplistic, and even I'd go as far as saying childish looking gameplay that's quite endearing. The game's gonna offer a lot of things that we already know from the genre. There's gonna be a lot of RPG progression and strategy that we already know. You're gonna be able to level up and gain loot while you're not even playing online. So when you do return to the game, you have a bunch of upgrades for you to manage. It has an auto battle mechanic as well, so you can play it on the side while at work or at school. And it's got a ton of different types of game modes always coming to the game. So because of everything that I just mentioned, this here sounds like every other idle RPG game. It's different because of the art style, the simplicity, which I quite like. I think it looks really good. And because of this reason, it does stand out to me, and I'm gonna give it an A on the tier list. It seems that I'm being recommended to play Riven Guard, which is a fantasy tactical battling style RPG game. You're gonna be able to use the terrain inside of this game and the specific strength that you get from each of the heroes that you choose that are going to lead you towards your victory. So far, this sounds like a type of game that we've seen before, and that doesn't seem very different. You're going to be able to unlock and upgrade your ultimate collection of heroes to deploy them in the battlefield. So what this basically means is there's a ton of different style heroes that we can use inside of the game, and you're gonna have different hordes of enemies that you're gonna be driving toward and against to progress your way through. It seems that we have a nice collection style game here with a board of hexagons for movement. And one of the cool things is it does seem to have an offline mode, which many gamers will like. With this being said, it doesn't tickle my fancy. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a C on the tier list. Monster Tiles TD. Yeah, that stands for Tower Defense, and you've been on the channel before, so you know I love tower defense games. Here you're gonna have epic monsters that you need to evolve and progress to help protect your base, as we do in many other style tower defense games. You're gonna have over 35 monster tower types to build, each that have their own unique abilities and that will of course synergize together. You get to evolve your monsters into different, more powerful stat bonuses that are gonna help you progress further through the game. Tower placements are key in tower defense games, recall. So your precise finger placements are a huge part of your success in the game. Plus, you're gonna have different types of tower classes and specialties. This sounds very much and looks very much like a tower defense style game that I would be interested in playing. Unfortunately, I have to say, we have not received any S tier games on this list so far today. This one getting an A tier. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and remember to leave your comments below letting me know what some of your favorite mobile games are, because now I'm testing them out and going live on the channel, experiencing them with all of you. I'll see you guys in my next video or in my next live.